We're game hunting in the town of Redditch today, here in the middle of the United Kingdom. We're going to be looking at two showcases. We're going to see a very special Nintendo 64 as well as some miniature consoles. I'm sure there's going to be something that interests you on top of this plethora of tiny action figures that you can use for your games. Welcome to Redditch, everyone. We've got a really interesting assortment, lots of figures, but a few games. Let's see here. Oh my God, Grand Theft Auto for the Game Boy Advance. Now, I wonder if this is a port of the original GTA. It's going for $20 here, but man, is it? I mean, the top down, I don't know. And then Gremlins 2, actually, didn't Gremlins 2 just come out in like 1990? Yeah, I think Gremlins 2 was the follow-up to Gremlins 1. Gremlins 2, a really, really bizarre film. I was actually scared of watching it when I was a kid because I thought the Gremlins were too scary. But I don't know if this Sunsoft game is going to be too scary. It's going for $15, by the way. Then, Pokemon Pinball. This is actually one of the games that I should have, but I don't for some reason. It's got the battery in it. I don't know how safe I feel keeping a battery in here because those batteries are ticking time bombs. We've got it going here for like $16. I don't know if Pokemon Pinball has been affected by just the bizarro world of 2021 where all Pokemon games are like 3 times the price of what they were a year or two ago. You can also put that Pokemon Pinball into the Game Boy Advance SP on the right that's going for about $80, I want to say. That's inclusive of tax, of course. And this is the 001, the AGS-001. That means that it has the basic backlit screen on it. It's not like the 101, which is the nice bright screen. It's fine. I play all of my games on a 001. It's more than acceptable, more than satisfactory. But $70 though, that seems pretty high. And especially the silver, you see silver Game Boy Advance SPs all the time. And especially in the United Kingdom, I swear, I went to like tens of these CEX shops, and every single one of them had a tribal silver Game Boy Advance. It's very telling that it's like $6 or $7 cheaper than the basic silver one on the left, because there is no amount of money that you could pay me to play my games on the tribal Game Boy Advance SP. I do not know what they were thinking. But on the right, we've got Earthworm Jim moving along. Earthworm Jim going for about $28 there for the Mega Drive. It is, of course, the PAL version, so it's got the higher resolution, but it's got the lower frame rate. I don't know. Bi-Virgin Interactive. Oh, and then Battle Clash. I love Battle Clash. I can't believe it's going for like $16 here. That's really high because in America, Battle Clash is like maybe a $5 game tops. I know it's about the same price in Japan, but at any price, Battle Clash, it's an amazing Super Scope game where you're just fighting like other mech suits. Oh, it's so good. Big, beautiful sprites. Absolutely love Battle Clash. If it's the right one that I'm thinking of. I often confuse a couple of the Super Scope games. We've got Warpath Jurassic Park. I didn't know Jurassic Park had a weird tie-in game. It's going for like $11. They've got the controller pack. So, something you need to know about N64 controller packs is that they're actually battery operated. They have it's like a CR2025 inside it. I actually just replaced one the other day. What makes them really annoying is you actually have to clip one of the ends of them to fit into this little tiny hole into it to get it to work. But I would be very wary about picking up a controller pack. I don't even know if they bothered testing this. They normally test all this stuff, but maybe the assumption is that the controller pack has flash memory on it. And there is actually a mod you can do to replace the controller pack's memory chip on it with flash-based memory, so you don't have to worry about a battery in it. But most controller packs these days, you're going to need to replace the battery at this point. Like 15 pounds, 12 pounds, that's like $15, $16. You can find these in the junk in Japan for like $1. We've then got Mario Kart Super Circuit. Actually, I think the Mario Kart games on portable systems, like Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS, those are some pretty underrated games. It's actually really surprising to me how cheap and easy it is to find those games compared to their console counterparts. And you see Ocarina of Time in the UK more frequently than you do in the United States, I would say. Here it's going for $25, which is great. That's an amazing price. If you can go with the PAL frame rate, of course, because the American version's like $60, which is just like, geez, how did it get so expensive? Considering that it's imported, you know, you've got the GameCube version out there, you've got the 3DS version. Why is the N64 version so expensive? Now, you're probably going to be watching this in 2021. And the thing about this footage is that I filmed it a few months ago before the weird world of 2021. And so you see Pokemon Red version going for here for about $25. That's about half of what it is now as I'm filming the video. Pokemon Red's, I want to say like a $60 game. Now it could go down because when you look at these Pokemon games here, you've got Leaf Green going for 35 pounds. That's like $50. You've got Sapphire going for, you know, like $40, $45. The thing about the Pokemon games is they are, I think, the games that are most subject to insane price swings depending on whatever event is happening. So in 2021, we are undergoing the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. And what's unique about Pokemon games is the games released in Europe, in the PAL territories, because the Game Boy is region free, they are just as playable as their NTSC American counterparts because the Game Boy is its own thing. It's not a television. So everything you're playing on it is going to be 60 FPS. You know, whatever. It's going to be the same FPS values or whatever. So a UK version of Pokemon is, as far as I know, exactly the same as an American version of Pokemon. The American version is going for $60 now. Leaf Green's probably like $70 because it's, you know, the Game Boy Advance games I think were underappreciated. They sold lots of these games. That's also the weird thing about Pokemon is that there's got to be like 10 million copies of Leaf Green floating around there. But it's still going for like, it's probably, I mean, yeah, now it's probably going for like $70. Same goes for Sapphire. They sold what, 7 million of those? So easy to find, but it's because people want them. There's such a high demand for these games. That's why the price have gone so insane. I actually love Fire Red and Leaf Green. Ruby and Sapphire, man. Oh, and then there's another Pokemon Pinball, although this one has the battery cover on, and although I would of course remove that battery, I don't know why they would store it with the battery in the case here. Got a few Dreamcast games there. Unfortunately, it's very hard for me to see them, and I think this is about as zoomed in as my phone could get. We've got a Pro Pinball Trilogy. It's going for like $40. Ooh, House of the Dead 2. Like the worst voice acting that's ever been in a video game. Almost comedic. Ooh, Soul Calibur going for $20. And Choo Choo Rocket? Choo Choo Rocket for like $5? Come on. Come on. Then there is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker going for $15. Tasmania. Wonder Boy, wow, going for like $30. Yeah, Wonder Boy. People seem to want Wonder Boy. And there's a few PlayStation games there. Oh, Vita memory cards. You don't see Vita memory cards at these places. You got the 16 gigabyte is going for like $25. Really? Oh, Rocco Got Kids. So interesting N64 game. It's going here for $20, although it has been defaced with permanent marker. So buy it at your own peril. Rocco Got Kids by Konami came out both in Japan and in PAL territories, but did not come out in America for whatever reason, which I've never heard a good reason why. We've then got Tetrasphere going for 12 pounds, $15, as well as, what is this, pocket-sized Nintendo? Ooh, a Game & Watch. Wow, I didn't realize you never see Game & Watches. Really, Squish going, and of course you never see them, and that's why this baby is going for like $140. Wow. But yeah, you hardly find Game & Watches even in Japan, and you never see them in the box. So finding a Game & Watch in the box outside of Japan, very impressive. Really surprised to see it. And there's a Vita that looks like it's a Model 1, but I'm not entirely sure. I do wish they would say if it was Model 1 or Model 2, especially for people like me who are not familiar. You know, you can't just distinguish it by eye. I know there's the difference. The Model 1 has the nice OLED screen, whereas the Model 2 has the much cheaper screen, so the visual fidelity is not going to be as good. And I think the Model 1s tend to be a little bit more expensive, although I think the Model 2s have better battery. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, of course, which I usually am. But here we've got some Wiis, and I will keep saying it, but Wii highly slept on. And actually what is really interesting to me is that in America, at least, Wii's shot up in price. They were going for like $100 because, you know, everybody's stuck inside and they wanted to play some games. They wanted to play Wii Sports mostly. These are going for about less than $50, which is really impressive. And the thing is, in Japan, there's whole stacks of these in the junk section. Really slept on. Oh, and here we go to the outside. What's really interesting to me is at the CEXs, as they are called in the United Kingdom, according to a commercial that came out in like 2012. These guys, they have like some of them will have showcases on the outside and the inside. So we're at the outside now, and this is the big one, folks. This is the Pikachu Nintendo 64, the blue one, going for, oh my god, doing my J Contra math here, that is going for about $170, which is insane. It is like probably the priciest N64 outside of Japan, which, you know, they have the Jusco and the Dai Hawks and all that, and all those special versions. But man, is the Pikachu N64. I love the color combination. I actually sold the blue and yellow Pikachu N64 that I had because I wanted to keep the orange one, but the blue one I think looks better. It just does. And the cheeks light up whenever you turn on the console, so it's got that too. And then it's not Star Fox 64, it's Lilat Wars, going for, wow, $8. Oh my god, yeah. If I was collecting PAL games, $8. I mean, you know, the label's not great on this one, but $8 for Star Fox. Come on. That's gonna, I mean, I know Star Fox is a pretty short game, but you can play it a bunch. Oh man. And then Super Mario All-Stars has the remakes of Super Mario 1, Lost Levels 3, and does it include Super Mario 2, the Japanese version? I can't remember. I used to have that. That was going for like $14, by the way. And yes, on the bottom, the tank, the original Nintendo DS, going for $40. I love the original DS design, although I think what I would like to carry around me is the DS Lite, because the original DS is just too big. Oh, and then here we go, the shame, the original PlayStation Classic, going for, what's that, like 70 or $80? Notorious. I mean, I would say it's probably the most notorious mini console at this point, just because people did not like it. Because didn't the American version have like the PAL games on it, so it had like the lower frame rate? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much if you're used to the PAL versions anyways, but okay. And then on the right, we have the Nintendo Classic Mini. Remember when these things were like impossible to find? And I think they're harder to find than perhaps they should be. That's why this is going at like, oh my god, $80. I mean, you get so many games on it. You get 30 games on it. You get the original controllers. That's, you know, I used to have the Famicom Mini. I do not like the Famicom Mini. People who are watching this probably know about it, but the Famicom Mini, what they did was, instead of having like good sized controllers on it, in order to fit the small controllers into the system itself, like what the old system did, they had to miniaturize the controllers so much that they're unplayable. And that's why I kept my American Nintendo Classic Mini. I do not have my Famicom Mini anymore, just because I frankly think it's unplayable. It's really uncomfortable. But you're probably, it's not impossible to find, but probably not going to see that at a CEX in the United Kingdom. So this has been the outside showcase. We saw the inside showcase. The most interesting thing here, you know, to me, it's got to be that Pikachu N64. It's very difficult to find. It was a late release. I'm pretty sure it was released in like the year 2000, so they didn't print terribly many of these systems, and there's the high demand for people who are wanting Pokemon stuff these days. That is why it is so expensive. If you'd like to see exclusive video game hunting videos that I made in Japan that I produce once a month for patrons only, you can head over to patreon.com/jcontra. I stream every Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's American East Coast time. That's over at twitch.tv/jcontra. As always, I am your man out of Japan, J Contra. Thanks for watching, and mahalo. I want to give a special thanks to all of my patrons who make videos like this possible, as well as to super patron Zib Davis.